Afternoon. This is news around the world on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Agbarigo Onireke Ibadan. I am BABAFEMI OBIDEYI. United States tackles federal government over attempts to divert Abacha's loot. Togolese set to vote a new president. Democrats' presidential candidate Bernie Sanders condemns Russia's attempt to help his campaign. In sports, Anthony Joshua to watch Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury rematch from Nigeria. Now the news in full. The United States Department of Justice has alleged Nigerian government of a plan to hand over $100 million out of the money looted by former head of state, late General Sani Abacha, to Kebbi State Governor Atiku Bagudu. The U.S. Department further stated that the Nigerian government was hindering attempts to recover part of the looted funds allegedly traced to Bagudu, who is the chairman of the All Progressives Congress Governors Forum. According to reports, the Department of Justice made a claim in court papers filed before the Court for the District of Columbia in Washington. Bagudu, a close ally of Buhari and a prominent member of the APC, was indicted by the U.S. government for conniving with Abacha to transfer billions of dollars in the mid-90s. According to the documents from the Department of Justice, Bagudu spent 6 months in federal detention in Texas while awaiting extradition to the island of Jersey. The Western Nigeria Security Network, otherwise known as Operation Amotekun, has inched closer to takeoff as the states prepare to recruit operatives for the outfit. The Houses of Assembly have already prioritized the passing of the bill and are only waiting for inputs from other stakeholders at public hearings to be held across the state. The Chief Press Secretary to Governor Seyi Makinde, Taiwo Adisa, confirmed the preparedness of your state for the takeoff of the agency, saying that a building located in the Yagonku area of the capital city, Ibadan, has been dedicated to serve as the operational headquarters of the security outfit in the state, while in Osun State, 720 personnel are expected to be employed. Meanwhile, the Chief Press Secretary to Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi Yinka Oyebode said the state government is set to recruit personnel into the state's Amotekun Corps as soon as the bill was signed into law, and Ogun State House of Assembly are keen to provide for befitting and compulsory insurance cover for the personnel of Amotekun Corps in the bill before them. Lagos State House of Assembly has, on its part, commenced the process of amending the Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Corps Agency Law 2019 to accommodate a section for Amotekun Corps. Recall that the Western Nigeria Security Network was recently launched in Ibadan by governors in the southwest states as a way of confronting security challenges in the zone. The head Department of Zoology, Professor Adekunle Bakare of the University of Ibadan, has delivered his inaugural lecture, the 484th of the University of Ibadan. The lecture, which was titled Environmental Xenobiotics and Biological Spiral Staircase, for Good or for Ill, was delivered at the Trenchard Hall of the University in the presence of the school's leadership, staff, colleagues, students, family, friends, and other guests.
Water samples collected at the same period were used to raise chloride that were obtained commercially in the laboratory for a period of 1 to 4 months. There was significant induction of genetic damage in this chloride throughout the period of the experiment.
Speaking with Pensioners FM's correspondent Yetunde Oke after the lecture, Professor Bakare said the study also delved in the inappropriate waste disposal by Nigerians, saying it had the tendency to cause genetic problems.
People talk of new diseases that they seem not to be able to explain. Most of these, they are not far-fetched from the environment. They have to do with what you eat, what you use, the cosmetics that people use, the metals that move from industries, the things that come from waste dumps, drugs on so.
On the use of paracetamol for food processing, Professor Bakare said it was a dangerous practice which could cause a great harm to the society.
They buy paracetamol in bulk and just pour like that. It's crazy. Only God knows the quantum of the paracetamol that is inside your own body. As we are. The compromise in most cases doesn't come in the immediate. You know, the issue of using paracetamol to cook meat. I really I feel for this society. As I am, I attend some parties. Only God knows the dose of PCM that I've taken.
The Don said environmental awareness is necessary as Nigerians need to know the danger of what surrounds them and that the government should be more stringent about its health and environmental regulatory laws. Meanwhile, colleagues of Professor Adekunle Bakari of the Department of Zoology, University of Ibadan, who just had his inaugural lecture, have described him as an excellent academic who has distinguished himself in his chosen field. Professors Alex Ugumba, Adia Ugumba, Alex Odaibo, Olajumoke Morenikeji, and Aino Adeogun, all from the department, had different words to describe the man they say is full of virtuous attributes.
As a student, he was one of the good ones. As a lecturer, he has been doing well. As HOD, he has been doing well. And the lecture has shown it all.
A very hard-working, highly principled gentleman. First of all, I want to congratulate him. Mr. Bakari for his steadfastness, for his dedication to hard work and to making sure that he succeeds in his endeavor.
Well, he's an intellectual and a pure pro-academic. And he has shown that today in the hall there, and we can only wish him the best in all his efforts.
Some of Professor Bakari's students, both past and present, while felicitating Professor Bakari on the latest achievement, relieved the tutelage they had under him, saying he had always been an inspiration to them. They spoke with Pensioners FM during a reception in honor of the genetics guru. This is news around the world on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Let's now talk some pension and labor stories around the world. You're welcome back. The Association of Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries of Oyo and Osun States has expressed readiness to support Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde on his ongoing efforts at making the civil service more efficient for effective service delivery to move the state forward. The association gave the assurance in a communique issued after its first quarterly meeting for the year 2020 held at Bodija area, Ibadan. Association of Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries of Oyo and Osun States also commended Governor Seyi Makinde on his administration's proactiveness to making life more abundant for the people, especially serving and retired workers. The association said it will position itself to contribute free professional advice and structure to the governance and development of Oyo State. The Association of Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries of Oyo and Osun States, however, commended one of its members, the current Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Rauf Olanio, for cooperating with the Executive Governor in moving the state forward for physical development, peace and progress. Over 100 members attended the meeting, including the President, Chief D.T. Oladapo, Vice President, Chief B.C. Adeshola, and host of the meeting, Engineer J.O. Olanio. The British Aerospace Systems Pension Scheme has announced it has reached an agreement with its planned sponsor, the British multinational defense, security and aerospace company BAE Systems, which has proposed a contribution worth $1 billion. The move follows details of its latest auditor valuation as of last year, which highlights the need to speed up deficit recovery contributions into the BAE Systems section of the pension fund in the coming months. The pension scheme said the Airbus section of the scheme is unaffected by these developments, and the next auditor valuation for that section will be undertaken as at the 31st of March 2020. Following the merger last year of its pension schemes, the BAE Systems 2000 pension plan, the Alvis pension scheme, the Shipbuilding Industries pension scheme, and the BAE Systems pension scheme, the new trustee board agreed with the company to bring forward the actuarial valuation of the BAE Systems to the 31st March 2019 from the previous scheduled date. You're still on to news around the world on Pensioners 106.7 FM Ibadan. Now to other stories. Voters in Togo are voting in a presidential election that is expected to further extend the Nasimbe family's decades-long rule. Polls show the likelihood of the incumbent president for Nasimbe of winning the fourth straight term in office, as the opposition has not been able to forge a common front. The 53-year-old leader took office in 2005 after his father, Eyadema Nasimbe, who led the country for 38 years after seizing power in a coup in 1967. Among the candidates is a former journalist and human rights campaigner, Jean-Pierre Fabre, who challenged Nasimbe in the 2010 and 2015 elections, coming in second on both occasions. Democrats' presidential hopeful, Bernie Sanders, has condemned Russia for its reported attempt to help his campaign, wanting it to stay out of American elections. Sanders, while speaking in Bakersfield, California, said the United States officials had told them last month about Russia's efforts to aid his campaign. The 78-year-old Vermont senator said he strongly opposed any attempt by Russia to intervene. He denounced Russian President Vladimir Putin as an autocratic thug whose government has used internet propaganda to sow division in the United States. Sanders, a self-styled democratic socialist, is currently considered the frontrunner in the race to win the presidential nomination of the Democrats. European Union (EU) leaders fell out over their next long-term budget after desperate talks about a gaping Brexit hole in their joint coffers, with poorer countries demanding more aid and their cautious peers determined to bridle spending. Brexit has left the EU short of some $81 billion, and the 27 remaining EU countries failed this week to agree either on the overall size of the bloc's 2021 to 2027 budget or how to spend it. German Chancellor Angela Merkel told reporters after 2 days of talks in the EU's hub, Brussels, that they have to acknowledge that the differences are too big still to find agreement. According to report, setting the budget has always been a tug-of-war, but this time was more fierce than ever because the United Kingdom's exit from the bloc last month, which came amid costly new challenges from climate change to managing migration and a growing digital economy. 2 people were arrested and charged with an Amber Alert for 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell, who was last seen 2 months ago. William MacLeod and Angela Boswell, that Tennessee authorities were on the lookout for, were found traveling in a grey 2007 BMW earlier this week. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation (TBI) said during the day that they believed the occupants of the car would have information about the toddler's whereabouts. The pair has been reportedly charged with possession of stolen property, the Wilkes County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina said. You're still on to news around the world on Pensioners 106.7 FM. We will be back with entertainment and sports stories. Now to entertainment. When pictures of veteran musicians and former lovers Queen Salawa Beni and Kolintin Ayila wrapped in a tight hug surfaced online, many of the fans were so excited as they felt it signified a comeback by the ex-couple who had a son between them. However, Abeni maintained that the alleged reunion was just an advert, saying she has nothing to say about her alleged reunion with Kolintin, as it was just an advertisement. Speaking on her current projects, the singer, fondly remembered and referred to as the Queen of Waka, said she is on a body of work at the moment and it will address the current situation of things in Nigeria, especially insecurity. Semfex schools have held their 5th inter-house sports competition at the Lekon Salami Stadium at Damasinga, Ibadan. While speaking with Pensioners FM's correspondent Michael Adeyemo, the proprietor of Semfex schools, Stephen Obaba, appreciated God for the privilege to witness the 5th inter-house sports competition of the school.
We thank God that you are fulfilling the full part of education. You are training the soul, that is, you are educating the child, and we are developing them physically.
Speaking on the essence of inter-house sports competition, the Parents Teachers Association's PTA chairman, Hosea Adeni, said children need to exercise every day to promote their health, their growth, and their development.
A school should have sporting competitions. Competition is it's healthy. It helps. It's part of education. That is physical education. It helps alertness, mind alertness, and ability to interact and to be involved in the team spirit.
A parent, Afolabi Olua Damilare, who also spoke with our correspondent, said the inter-house sports was a welcome idea and a good way to keep students healthy, while he urged the school not to relent in making it one of its priorities yearly to keep students fit, health-wise, and for academic work. Highlight of the event was a football match between the school staff and the old students of the school. Anthony Joshua will not be in Las Vegas when Deontay Wilder takes on Tyson Fury in a rematch, as world heavyweight champion is currently in Nigeria. Having defeated Andy Ruiz Jr. last year, the Brit reconnected with the home of his ancestors by visiting the country. In the wake of his victory, AJ, as fondly called by his fans, has now gone back with the belts and shown them off to his adoring fans. Joshua joined the party with the Afro musician Femi Kuti, who was overwhelmed by the WBA, IBF and WBO world titles. Some had speculated that AJ would be in Vegas to watch the Wilder vs Fury match live and call out the winner. However, he is instead resolved to watch the bout from a distance. To end news around the world, here is a recap of the main stories. The United States has tackled federal government over attempts to divert Abacha's loot. The Togolese are about now voting in a presidential election. Democrats' presidential candidate Bernie Sanders has condemned Russia's attempts to help his campaign. And in sports, we brought to you that the world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua is to watch Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury's rematch from Nigeria. For any information, reach us on these mobile numbers 0802 237 3535 or 0812 188 9462, or visit us at the Pensioners House, Agbarigo, Onireke, Ibadan. The news editor is Omobolaji Akintola. On behalf of the production crew, I am Babafemi Obideyi. Good afternoon.
Looking for that radio station that will serve you better.
Best of sports, entertainment, you go know we be master.
Information, education, now we get to make it era.
Enter the place, we set the pace, so you come follow in the race and say
Agbarigo Onireke 106.7.
Pensioners FM.
what's of liberation, Ikoni Agbalode.
Pensioners FM.
Agbarigo Onireke 106.7.
Pensioners FM.
What's of
of liberation, ìkànnì àgbàlódé.
Pensioners FM.
Kí Fọlá kó pe Ṣadé, kí Ṣadé kó pe Tọ́lá ní kó má gbọ́ o.
Pensioners FM.
Títí Kọ́lá Kúnlé Tẹ́níyàn látàfà mí náà ń kọ́.
Pensioners FM.
For every man, woman, young and old.
Pensioners FM.
Sponsorships and advertisements.
Pensioners FM, àgbàlódé, oríṣiríṣi ètò tó kílẹ̀ ìgbàlódé, beauty and fashion show, tó ṣara lóge, everything ló wá sẹpẹsẹpẹ kí wọ́n ṣàwá òkè.
Be from, be the best, lend the voice, thumb the rest, we the best, we the first ever radio in Africa.
Pensioners FM.
We just